What's up, everyone? Today we are doing something completely different. We're not giving away $1 million, but I promise you, what we're about to show you is priceless. Get ready, because we are taking you on an insane journey through Armenia, a country packed with some of the most mind-blowing destinations on the entire planet. We're talking about epic landscapes that look like they're from another world, cities that are thousands of years old, but are still buzzing with energy, and a culture so rich it'll make your head spin. This isn't just a travel video. This is a challenge to see if you can handle this much awesome. I've put together a list of 15 places in Armenia that you absolutely will not believe are real. From ancient monasteries carved straight into solid rock to a lake so big it feels like an ocean, this country has it all. We're going to explore every single one of them. Alright, first up on our insane list is Yerevan, the capital of Armenia. And guys, this place is wild. Picture this, a city that's literally older than Rome. The city is built with this unique pink volcanic stone, so when the sun hits it just right, the whole place literally glows. They call it the Pink City, and trust me, the name fits perfectly. The heart of the city is Republic Square. It's this massive, incredible space with these grand buildings and massive fountains that dance to music at night. We spent hours here just soaking it all in. The energy is electric. Okay, if you thought Yerevan was cool, get ready for our second destination. We just drove out of the city, and we've arrived at Lake Sevan. And when I say lake, I don't mean some small pond. This thing is massive. It's one of the largest high-altitude freshwater lakes in the entire world. The water is this insane, crystal-clear blue color that changes with the sky. They call it the Blue Eye of Armenia, and honestly, I can't think of a better name. We're up here on this peninsula, and perched right at the top is this incredible ancient monastery called Sevanavank. The view from here is just ridiculous. You can see the entire lake stretching out for miles, surrounded by these huge mountain ranges. We climbed up to the top of the monastery, and it felt like we were on top of the world. Get ready for this, because our third destination is an adrenaline rush. We are at the Tatev Monastery, and this place is literally hanging off the edge of a cliff. It's located deep in the mountains, perched on the edge of the Voratan Gorge, which is this massive, deep canyon. Just getting here is an adventure. But the craziest part is how we get across the canyon to the monastery. We are about to ride the wings of Tatev, which holds the Guinness World Record for the longest non-stop reversible aerial tramway in the world. This is not a drill. The cable car ride itself is mind-blowing. You're suspended hundreds of meters above the gorge, and the views are just unbelievable. The ride is almost 6 kilometers long and takes about 12 minutes. For those 12 minutes, you feel like you're flying. Okay, this next one is a total curveball. We've seen a pink city, a giant lake, and a monastery on a cliff. Now for destination number 4, we've arrived at Garni Temple, and I feel like we just teleported to ancient Greece or Rome. This is the only standing Greco-Roman colonnaded building in Armenia, and probably in the entire former Soviet Union. It's this stunning pagan temple that dates all the way back to the 1st century AD. Seeing it standing here, against the backdrop of the Armenian mountains, is one of the most surreal things I've ever experienced. The temple is dedicated to the sun god Mir, but the temple itself is only half the story. It's located right on the edge of a cliff overlooking the Azat River Gorge. And this isn't just any gorge. The cliffs are made of these perfectly formed hexagonal basalt columns that look like giant organ pipes. They call it the Symphony of the Stones, and it's a natural wonder that is just as impressive as the temple itself. You guys are not going to believe this next one. Just a short drive from Garni Temple, we found something that looks like it was built by giants. Welcome to destination number 5, the Geghard Monastery. This place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for a very good reason. Part of this monastery is built with stone, but the most incredible parts are literally carved out of the solid rock of the mountain itself. It's not built against the mountain, it's part of the mountain. My brain can't even process how they did this. Walking inside is a truly wild experience. You enter these dark, cavernous chambers where the walls, floor, and ceiling are all one solid piece of rock. The acoustics in here are insane. We heard a choir singing, and the sound echoed through the stone halls in a way that gave me goosebumps. After all those epic ancient sites, we needed a place to just chill for a bit, and we found the perfect spot. For destination number 6, welcome to Dilijan. People call this place Little Switzerland, and as soon as you arrive, you totally get why. It's surrounded by these incredibly lush, dense forests and rolling green hills. The air here is so fresh and clean. It's a complete change of scenery from the rocky canyons and dry landscapes we've seen. This is a forest paradise. The heart of the town is the old Dilijan complex on Sharambayan Street. They've restored this whole street to look like it did in the 19th century. It's filled with charming little workshops where you can watch craftspeople making pottery, woodworking, and weaving carpets. It's super quaint and feels like you've stepped back in time. Alright, get ready for one of the most iconic views in the entire world. For destination number 7, we've come to Khor Virap Monastery. Now, the monastery itself is incredibly important. It's where Saint Gregory the Illuminator was imprisoned in a deep pit, or Virap, for 13 years before he converted the king and all of Armenia to Christianity, making it the first Christian nation in the world. But as historic as the monastery is, the main reason people from all over the world come here is for the view. Khor Virap is located right on the border with Turkey, and it sits in the foreground of the most spectacular, jaw-dropping, unbelievable view of Mount Ararat. The mountain is the national symbol of Armenia, and seeing it rise up from the plains is a spiritual experience. It's this massive, snow-capped, double-peaked volcano that just dominates the entire horizon. We got here for sunrise, and I'm telling you, it was one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. The sky turned all shades of pink and orange, and the first light of the day hit the snowy peaks of Ararat. It was completely silent, and we just stood there, watching this legendary mountain appear out of the darkness. Just when I thought the landscapes in this country couldn't get any more dramatic, we arrive at destination number 8, Noravank Monastery. And this place is straight out of a movie set in the American Southwest, but with ancient Armenian churches. The monastery is nestled deep inside a narrow, twisting canyon, and the cliffs aren't just regular rock, they are this brilliant, deep red color. The contrast between the ancient tan-colored stone of the monastery and the vibrant red rock of the canyon walls is absolutely stunning. The drive into the canyon is an adventure in itself. The road winds along the bottom of the gorge, with these towering red cliffs on either side. Every turn reveals a new, more incredible view. And then, you see it. Tucked away on a ledge is the Noravank complex. The main church, Serb Astvatsatsin, is a 2-story masterpiece. To get to the second floor, you have to climb this super narrow, steep stone staircase that's built right into the front of the building. It's a bit scary, but the view from the top is 100% worth it. Okay, for our next stop, we are heading to the absolute spiritual heart of Armenia. This is destination number 9, the Etchmiadzin Cathedral. This isn't just any church. This is the mother church of the Armenian Apostolic Church, and it's considered the oldest state-built cathedral in the world. Think of it like the Vatican for Armenia. The history here is staggering. It was originally built in the early 4th century, right after Armenia became the first country to adopt Christianity as its state religion. This is ground zero for Armenian faith. When you walk onto the grounds of the cathedral, you can feel the weight of 1,700 years of history. The main cathedral is this grand, beautiful building that has been rebuilt and added to over the centuries. Inside, it's filled with incredible frescoes, a stunning altar, and a treasury that holds some of the most important relics in all of Christianity, including a fragment of Noah's Ark and the Holy Lance that we heard about at Geghard. Alright, adventure time! For destination number 10, we are climbing high up into the mountains to find a medieval fortress. This is Amberd Fortress, and its name literally means Fortress in the Clouds. And I gotta say, it's a perfect name. It's located over 2,300 meters, so that's about 7,500 feet, up on the slopes of Mount Ararat, which is actually the highest mountain in Armenia. It's so high up that sometimes the clouds are literally below you. It honestly feels like you've discovered a lost kingdom in the sky. The fortress dates back to the 7th century, and it's this sprawling complex of ruined walls, towers, and even the remains of a castle and a church. It's strategically built on this rocky cliff between 2 deep river canyons, making it almost impossible to attack. Walking through the ruins, you can just imagine what it was like 1,000 years ago, with soldiers patrolling the walls and looking out over the vast plains below. After all that hiking and exploring, it's time for some relaxation, and we've come to the perfect place. Welcome to destination number 11, the spa town of Jermuk. This town is famous all across Eastern Europe for one thing: its healing mineral waters. People have been coming here for centuries to relax and rejuvenate. The town is nestled in a beautiful forested canyon, and it has this incredibly peaceful old-school resort vibe. The main attraction is the Gallery of Waters, where you can drink the famous Jermuk mineral water straight from the source. It comes out at different temperatures from these taps built into a wall, and each one is said to have different health benefits. But the real star of the show in Jermuk, for me, is the waterfall. Just outside of town is the Jermuk waterfall, and it is spectacular. It's this massive cascade of water, over 70 meters high, that crashes down a series of mossy green cliffs into the river below. They call it the Mermaid's Hair Waterfall because the streams of water look like flowing hair. Get ready for this, because our next stop is literally one for the history books. We are in the Areni wine region, and this isn't just any wine region. Archaeologists here discovered the world's oldest known winery, dating back over 6,100 years. That is insane. They found fermentation jars, a wine press, and even preserved grape seeds. People were making wine here thousands of years before the pyramids were built. We are standing in the birthplace of wine, and for Destination 12, we are going to taste it. The whole region is covered in vineyards, spread out through this beautiful sunny valley. The local grape variety is called Areni, and it's been growing here for millennia. We visited a few local wineries, from small family-run operations to larger, more modern ones. We sat on a terrace overlooking the vineyards, sipping on these incredible red wines that are packed with flavor. The wine is amazing, but it's more than that. It's about tasting history. Every sip connects you to this 6,000-year-old tradition. We are back to exploring incredible ancient monasteries, and destination number 13 is another UNESCO World Heritage heavyweight. This is Haghpat Monastery, and this place, honestly, feels like it's been reclaimed by nature. It's perched on a green plateau, with breathtaking views of the Debed River Gorge below. Unlike some of the other monasteries that have been perfectly restored, parts of Haghpat are covered in moss and grass, and it has this incredibly atmospheric, lost world kind of feel. It's absolutely beautiful. The complex was built between the 10th and 13th centuries and was a major center for science and art. It had a famous scriptorium where monks would copy and illuminate manuscripts. Walking through the different buildings, you can really see the genius of medieval Armenian architecture. Okay, for Destination 14, we are completely changing gears again. We've seen ancient history, stunning nature, and now we're heading to a modern-day playground. Welcome to Tsaghkadzor. This is Armenia's #1 ski resort, and it is honestly awesome. Nestled in a beautiful valley, this town is the go-to spot for winter sports. The main attraction here is the ropeway, a series of chairlifts that take you all the way to the top of Mount Tegenis. In the winter, this is how you get to the ski slopes, which have over 30 kilometers of runs for all levels. But in the summer, it's a scenic ride with the most incredible views. We rode the chairlift all the way up, floating over these huge green forests. The higher we got, the more of the surrounding mountains and valleys we could see. It was honestly so peaceful and beautiful. From the top, at an altitude of over 2,800 meters, the panoramic view is just insane. You feel like you're on top of the world. We've made it to our final destination, and we've saved one of the most mysterious for last. Get ready for number 15, Zorats Karer. This place is often called the Armenian Stonehenge, and it is honestly one of the most enigmatic sites I have ever visited. It's a prehistoric complex spread across a windy, barren plateau consisting of hundreds of massive, upright stones arranged in a giant circle. Some of these stones are over 2 meters tall and weigh up to 10 tons. It's absolutely wild. No one knows for sure what this place was for. Some of the stones have these strange, smooth holes drilled through them, pointing at different parts of the sky. This has led many scientists to believe that Zorats Karer was an ancient astronomical observatory, dating back as far as 7,500 years ago. That would make it thousands of years older than Stonehenge in England. Standing among these ancient stones, you can't help but wonder what ancient people were looking at in the stars. Walking through the site is a surreal experience. The wind is constantly blowing, and there's just a strange, powerful energy to the place. You can touch the stones that people erected thousands of years ago and look through the same holes they carved to watch the cosmos. What a perfect, mind-bending way to end our incredible journey through Armenia. And that is it. 15 of the most unbelievable destinations in Armenia. We went from the world's oldest winery to a fortress in the clouds, from monasteries carved out of solid rock to the vibrant streets of Yerevan. I am honestly speechless. This country has completely blown my mind with its incredible history, its breathtaking landscapes, and the warmth of its people. Every single place we visited was more epic than the last. I challenged you to see if you could handle this much awesome, and I hope this virtual journey did it justice. This is, without a doubt, one of the most underrated travel destinations on the planet. Now, I want to hear from you. We only showed you 15 places, but I know Armenia has so many more hidden gems. What did we miss? What's your favorite spot that we showed? Let me know everything in the comments below. I'm going to be reading through all of them because I am definitely coming back to this amazing country. Your suggestions could literally shape our next adventure, so don't hold back. Thank you so much for joining me on this insane adventure. It was an honor to share the beauty and magic of Armenia with all of you. If you had your mind blown even half as much as I did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we have so many more crazy adventures coming your way. You are not going to want to miss what we do next. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.